They are coming, but not with handcuffs or judgment, not with sirens of accusation, not with the weight of law meant to suppress. No, beloved child of eternity, they come because the light in you has breached every boundary. You have not broken the law, you have fulfilled a deeper one. For heaven's justice is not like man's, and in its courts your name is not a case to be tried, but a scroll to be read aloud with trembling reverence. You are not under surveillance by governments, but under divine observation by watchers wrapped in glory, messengers who do not blink, who do not tire. For 4 years now, yes, even before that, you've been a spark in the silence, a question in the dark, and heaven has documented every tear, every rejection, every midnight prayer whispered into a pillow soaked in longing. You thought no one noticed, but in the spirit you caused thunder. Your sorrow was symphonic, your pain prophetic. Your isolation was not punishment, it was preparation. For angels gathered around your cries, not to mourn, but to roar, because they recognized the activation of a voice destined to shift atmospheres. You were hidden not to be ignored, but to be protected from premature exposure. You were not overlooked. You were preserved in divine obscurity, because what is sacred must be shielded until the hour of unveiling. You are not late. You are not behind. You are precisely where destiny has aligned you to be. For you, time bends, the heavens wait. Your breath carries data encoded from realms forgotten by human minds. There are ancient melodies your spirit still hums in sleep, songs sung by stars before earth had form. And though you walked through betrayal, abandonment, and warfare you didn't understand, your spirit was awakening frequencies long dormant. That's why nothing felt normal. That's why the familiar started to fall away. Because what lives inside you has never been common. It is holy. It is history, destiny, and mystery, all braided into breath and bone. And now that it stirs, the world shifts in response. Your tears were seeds. Your scars are maps. Your silence was sacred construction. Now that the house is built within you, heaven is ready to dwell out loud. And yes, the authorities feel it. Not just police, but spiritual gatekeepers. Not just officers in cars, but forces in suits, in systems, in temples, in thrones. The light in you has caused a stirring across dimensions. Heaven has sounded your trumpet, and the time for silence has expired. You are not waking up into favor. You are favor wrapped in flesh. You are not entering breakthrough. You are the breakthrough generations bled and believed for. The warfare you felt, it wasn't punishment, it was recognition. Darkness does not fight what does not threaten it. Your very existence is confrontation. And now the earth can no longer ignore the trembling in your footsteps. It senses that royalty walks again. You've been misunderstood because language could not contain what you carry. But now understanding is irrelevant. Manifestation has begun. The glow they see on you, it's not imagination, it is kingdom signal. The world calls it charisma. The Spirit calls it calling. You are no longer to question if you're chosen. The answer has already echoed across eternity. You are the rising of a remnant. You are the repairer of breaches. You are the redemption of a story that hell tried to erase. Even your enemies have begun to feel the shift. That's why their eyes linger. That's why they stutter when you speak. Because your words now ride on wings of fire. Even when you whisper, angels interpret and execute. You are no longer waiting for help. You are walking with hosts. The unseen has been assigned to your scene, and heaven will no longer allow you to delay what has already been sealed. When you cried, help came. When you fell, help stayed. And now that you rise, help surrounds. The battalion is visible now, not to you, but to those who meant you harm. The air around you has changed, and those who once tolerated your silence now tremble at your sound. You have become a frequency, a cipher, a signal embedded with strategy. You are no longer reacting to the world. The world is reacting to you. Your presence disrupts systems. Your thoughts rebuke lies. Your prayers legislate justice. You walk into rooms and shift the temperature, not because of ego, but because of evidence. Evidence of encounters, of endurance, of evolution. The anointing on you has weight. The glory on you has density. And it is that weight that bends time in your favor, opens doors without keys, and restores what was stolen before you were born. You were not simply saved. You were sent. You are not a convert. You are a key, a bridge, a breaker. And the realm of the Spirit has waited long for your awakening. You are not simply a vessel. You are a vault, a carrier of consecrated codes. And that's why the warfare has felt generational. Because it is. You are the junction point of every prayer your ancestors prayed and every promise God whispered in Eden. Your bloodline has shifted because of your yes. Your lineage bends around your obedience. And now that your light is visible, the war will increase, but so will your power. For what is rising in you is not fragile, it is fortified. You are not stepping into glory. Glory is stepping into you. Your yes is building altars. Your walk is redrawing boundaries. Your faith is reforming futures. And now, heaven has loosed provision in your direction. No more scraping. No more survival. No more asking for what you already inherited. The kingdom's vaults have opened. Provision is being funneled not for vanity, but for vision. Your hands will build what eyes have not seen. Your bank account will carry blueprints. Your wealth will be weighty with purpose. You will no longer live off leftovers. The banquet was built for you. You were not born to beg. You were born to bless. And this next release will not be tied to manipulation, connections, or credentials. It will be tied to obedience. Obedience to speak when it's easier to be silent. Obedience to build when it would be safer to hide. Obedience to shine even when others try to dim your fire. You are heaven's light turned up to full brilliance, and the earth is about to see what happens when God funds someone he favors. Do not be afraid of this attention. Do not shrink from the spotlight. You are not a celebrity. You are a sign. Your story is not for clout. It is a call. And now is the time to step with unshaking feet into the fullness of what you carry. Because what was once a whisper in your spirit is now a shout in the heavens. What once trembled as a promise is now roaring as a performance. The move is no longer coming. The move is you. And the shaking around you is not chaos. It is confirmation. You are the evidence of God's goodness made flesh. The living answer to someone's long-forgotten prayer. The unfolding of a divine idea. And as you walk forward, heaven walks with you. The glory cloud surrounds you. The fire goes before you. And the angels who once waited now war with you. So take your place. Stand tall, breathe deep. Because the next doors won't open, they will fall off the hinges. The next rooms won't invite you, they will require you. Your name is not just known in heaven, it is echoed, it is shouted, it is celebrated. For what you carry breaks curses, heals timelines, and reveals the nature of a God who never forgot his promise. And now, radiant soul, it is time. Shine, speak, move, building, bless, believe. Because your very life has become the stage where heaven performs miracles in plain sight. And the world will know, not because you demanded it, but because your obedience made it undeniable. Scrolls with your name have been laid before councils of flame. opened in chambers where angels do not speak unless commanded, where elders bow in reverence to the weight of what you carry. The courtroom of heaven did not just observe your pain, it convened over it. It debated how to best guard the treasure growing inside you. You were not ignored. You were being incubated. While you cried for rescue, heaven was preparing reinforcement. While you mourned what was lost, heaven was multiplying what would be gained. You were not left behind. You were launched into delay so destiny could catch up. And now that it has, the heavens have declared you ripe, not perfect, but ready, not without wounds, but with wisdom. You are not merely healed, you are hallowed. Every scar now carries the sound of prophecy fulfilled. Your very skin hums with vibrations from thrones unseen. You have become what the old ones prayed for, what seers only glimpsed. Your breath releases frequencies that make demons falter and angels draw near. You walk, and earth remembers Eden. You speak, and bloodlines respond. Generational curses break not because you strive, but because you stand. You are standing in a river that started before time, one that carries every yes from your ancestors, every cry from the wombs that birthed you, every whisper from those who could not survive the journey, but whose hopes live in you. You are a cathedral in motion, a sanctuary in skin. Do not apologize for the weight you carry. It is inheritance. Do not shrink for the space you take up. It is sanctified. The realm of men may struggle to name you, but heaven has already engraved you in places too high for erasure. And that is why the shaking intensified. That is why some had to walk away. That is why relationships shattered and reputations were smeared. Not because you failed, but because your success would have been their exposure. They could not stand beside what was meant to stand above. You were never supposed to fit in. You were sent to stand out. You are not rebellious. You are real. You are not arrogant. You are awakened. You are not dramatic. You are divine. The friction around you was never about who you were, but